Hello.
Bonjour tout le monde.
We're gonna bring out the French again today.
Yeah. Pourquoi pas?
Yeah.
Pourquoi pas?
Parce que
Parce que je suis très fatigué.
je ne pas parler. Je ne parlais pas.
Je ne parle pas.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing? How's it going? We're gonna get right into it. Welcome back to the What's to Just podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alia Zaitsev. This is the first time meeting. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, how you doing? My name is Yoni Ikoto, your favorite host in the podcast.
In the podcast?
Not
yeah,
in the
that's
podcast.
Rude.
No. Your favorite host. What do I usually say?
Just never mind.
Yo, it doesn't matter what I say.
It doesn't matter what you say. I also think it's really funny today. If you have very different outfit vibes, I'm going for like a classic minimal vibe, and then Yoni's out here with the what do you call it? Like the sportswear.
The sportswear, yes.
Graphique. I swear, it can make anything sound French the way you do like ick.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes people try to do it and then it actually doesn't work because you just sound like weird.
Yeah. Well, I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Would you say that you are a person that is on time? Like 1 out of 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how on time are you to arrive to places when things begin? And also, is on time, if something starts at 8 and you get there at 8, are you on time or are you late? I just asked you hella questions.
I was like, what's
okay, let's define
question?
What is on time.
Okay, what is on time? I want to say...
If something is like, if your friend has a thing. Well,
okay.
It depends what it is though. Like if my friend is having like a get together at their apartment and they're like, oh, it starts at 7. It's like most people don't show up at 7. I think that's like the rule. That you don't really show up at 7.
The rule?
Or not the rule, but like the custom is like when someone invites you to come over around like 7, you'll get there at like 7:15. Even like 7:30, low key.
Okay. No, I admit that. Okay, so basically to answer one of your questions, right? if the event starts at 7, I'm getting there at 6. Well, it depends. Who am I going with?
Okay, let's put a few scenarios. I'll just give you a few scenarios, okay? You're hanging out one-on-one with a friend, and you're meeting them for coffee at 10 a.m.
I'm on time.
Which is?
10.
You show up at 10.
Like 58, I'm there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Next one, if you're going to an event that is like many people, it's kind of like a work event type thing, and it starts at 7 p.m., what time do you show up?
Work event?
Yeah, like work event, like kind of how you've been to some content creator brand events with me, where it's like a big crowd. Like it's not like with your friends. It's like a bunch. Most of the people that are there, you don't know.
But them. I'm going by myself.
By yourself or with me?
No, it doesn't. It's different.
Oh, okay, by yourself.
By myself, I'm there.
It starts at 7.
If it starts at 7, I'm there like 6:50, 10 minutes early.
Really?
Yeah. Because if I'm by myself, to avoid any awkwardness or any type of like social anxiety, which I luckily don't really struggle with.
But you get some of it too.
But I do get a little bit of it. That's why I get there early. So then I like to get there. Okay, let me take my time. I like to be there early.
Okay, so 10 minutes early.
10 minutes early. So then I see people coming in. I hate to go to an event and I'm like...
Coming into a room.
Coming in when it's already happening. Everybody's already met everyone. And I'm just like no, I hate doing that.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Like for me, sometimes I think I want to come to an event later because because I'm thinking nobody's coming on time. Like usually you don't go to these events when they start. I'm under the impression that everybody goes to these things about 20, 30 minutes late because they're thinking nobody's going to be there right on time. And I don't want to get there right when something starts and there's no one there. That's also awkward too.
Why is
it's
that?
Like, I'm just going to talk to the bartender.
Yes, I love doing that. Let's fast forward like an hour later into the event. I pretty much know everyone because I've seen everyone come in.
Okay, I guess
so. If I'm talking to the bar or to the host, I'm talking to him. Then 2 people come in. I'm like, oh hey, what's up? Everybody says what's up at the very beginning, right? Because they also think I need to greet the people who are here, which is you and the hosts. See, this is the trick, you guys. If you deal with social anxiety, I'm telling you, go to an event. Next time you go to an event by yourself, show up early.
Yo, I always show up late. Always.
See, it increases the
because
anxiety,
I'm thinking
right?
Nobody's there right when it starts.
I don't care if nobody's there. If I have time that day, perfect. I prefer that. Nobody's there, so then each person that comes in, I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name is Yoni. Where are we from? I just moved to New York. Whatever. Next person come in, I'm attacking one by one. If you come in later, everybody's already talking. Now you got to find out like who to go talk to, or else you're just standing there awkwardly with your drink and because nobody knows you.
Yeah.
So everyone is already kind of like in their conversation. What are you gonna do? Hey, I'm Alia. They're gonna look at you like, okay, you got no friends.
Yeah, I be feeling like that all the time.
Like, okay, this girl needs help.
Okay. Okay, and if it's like a friends get together, like at their apartment or something, and you're meeting them and you're going over to their place and they're like, come over at 7, or like it'll start at 7. What time do you show up?
If it's a friend, then I can show up
whenever.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't show up early though. In my mind, I'm thinking when I invite people over to my apartment to come over and I say like come around 7, I'm thinking and hoping that they won't come until like 7:30 or like between 7 and 7:30. Like don't come at 6:45.
Okay, but why do you say 7 then? Like if
I say around 7, which means 7 and after 7.
I don't like when people come at 8. If some shit is at 7, don't come at 8.
Oh, I mean, obviously communicate if something comes up, but
and also, how strict is it? Because if it's just like, yeah, show up if you can, like it's
no, it's not
different
that.
if it's an invite.
It's not a show up if you can. It's like
show
they
up.
said they're gonna come over. I'm gonna host them at my apartment, and I said like come around 7. To me, if somebody says come around 7, that means between 7 and 7:30.
Come around 7 basically means don't come at 7.
I mean, yeah, like it's, and it's not a big deal. And obviously people usually communicate and they're like, okay, leaving now, or like gonna be there at ETA so-and-so. I feel like that's like a good thing to do. But I just think that I would never show up to someone's place early, ever. Even if I arrive early, I just know as a host, I'm always kind of barely ready for people to come over at the time I said like they can come over.
Yeah, going
somehow. Like it's about to be 7 and I feel like I still have so many things that I gotta do, like pour out the drinks or like or I don't know, like put the snacks on the table or clean the bathroom or something like
cleaning the bathroom is
cleaning the
bathroom should be the first thing you do.
When people come over, clean the bathroom is like number 1, and then making sure that you have snacks.
Yeah.
And then like obviously that your house doesn't look like a mess, but making sure that the bathroom is clean is a must.
That's number 1. I don't care if the house is a mess.
Yeah, right? I mean, the bedroom, you can close the door, and even the
bathroom says so much about a person.
And like a kitchen that kind of has like,
don't have dishes in the sink. Don't have dishes in the sink.
But it's okay. Like if you just cooked for people to come over, it's not a big deal if there's dishes in the sink. But I think like a bathroom needs to be clean. Like no like dust that's like wet from the shower, none of that.
Damn, no.
Okay. So based on all of that, would you say on a scale of 1 to 10, you're somebody that is on time? Are you a person that is punctual? If 10 is like, I am always
I love to be on time, and most of the time I'm barely on time. Okay, but to me it really depends on what it is. Okay, because if I'm invited to a party,
you're not going to be that strict with being on time.
See, to me, it depends on do I know anyone at that party? So let's say there's a party and I don't know anyone there. I will show up early to meet everyone that comes in.
Okay.
If I know someone, I don't have that pressure to who am I going to talk to? Because my friend is hosting it. So I can come in 2 hours later and go straight to my friend.
And then he's going to be like, oh, Yoni, like, let me introduce you.
Exactly. I'm good. But if I don't know anyone, that's when I always show up early. You guys, I'm telling you, that's like
Interesting.
That's a good trick.
Okay, so you still haven't answered my question, though. Would you say you're a punctual person or not?
Can you define punctual?
Punctual means like you're on time. Like you're not late.
I think when people think of me and being on time, I would say Not so much. My thing is with timing is that I'm not a person who's late to stuff. I am a person who takes forever to
leave the house.
Yeah,
that's true.
But I would still make it on time. But I could have left way earlier.
It's always that.
I'm super OCD. Like, I will make sure that
the stove is off.
The stove is off, even though I haven't touched it in a week. I will make sure that, I don't know, everything is unplugged.
Yeah, Yoni doesn't like to leave even chargers.
Oh yeah,
plugged in, even though they're not charging.
I don't like it. You know why? I think something will happen.
Like what?
No, it's not because of that, but I just don't like to have anything plugged in that is not actually like charging or working.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes I could be like running a little bit late because I was making sure that everything in the house is like, okay, I'll open the window just open enough so then like in case it rains, it's not gonna like mess up anything.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny for me when I leave the house to go somewhere.
You just leave.
I just like
lights on.
Get my bag. No, okay, lights are not on, but it's like I get my bag, I put whatever I need in my bag, and then I'm dressed, I'm ready, and I leave.
Yeah. But don't make it seem like you get dressed really fast, okay?
Oh, that's true. No,
that's true. Because the
I'm
way
just
you
talking
say
about for me, like I don't need to also do anything else like around. If the house is a mess, I'm not gonna like clean it before I leave.
I have something about like cleaning the counter or like doing the dishes before I leave.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand, but it just depends. Like if I know that I'm like the clock is ticking, I'm just gonna do like what I need to do, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna deal with the house later.
Okay.
But you know, to answer my own question, since you're not asking me any questions.
Okay.
I would say honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a person that is kind of late, pretty often.
Okay, so I wanna ask you questions. Okay, how? Even though, let's say you gotta be somewhere at 7, we're just gonna name this episode 7 o'clock, all right?
I feel like that's usually when things are planned.
You need to be somewhere at 7. At 6 o'clock, you're still on the couch. You haven't moved yet. You're not even ready.
I mean, it depends. Like, where do I have to take the train? Am I biking there? Am I like wearing an outfit? Or am I just kind of like casual? Do I have to, like, am I dressing up? You know, is it an event? Am I meeting my friend for dinner?
I feel like it doesn't matter what it is. You still kind of like almost somehow magically, and we both do that.
Yeah,
like we would go somewhere.
I can't, because you know what happens, right? Anytime we deal with time, what I do is I'm always like, okay, I have to be at this place at 7. It takes me 20 minutes to get there, so I need to leave the house by 6:40, which means that I actually should probably leave my apartment by the time I actually leave. By the time I take the elevator down and walk over to the subway, I should probably leave around like 6:30, let's be honest. Because that's the thing. For me, I say I'm going to leave at 6:40. Somehow I always leave at 6:50. Like I always leave 10 minutes after I'm supposed to leave. So I need to give myself an extra time. When I'm like at 6:30, I need to be ready to go. So that means I need to start getting ready at 6. But that's not right, because somehow I will probably not decide on what to wear and I don't give myself enough time. But you have to like work your way back. You know, even go to the airport, I'm like, okay, my flight is at 7, which means I need to be there depending, like, is it 2 hours early or 3 hours? Which means that it takes me also 30 minutes to get to the airport. So I need to leave. Like, it's always like moving back like that. And somehow I always miscalculate. You know?
Yeah. You know, I feel like this is a topic that a lot of people everybody deals with this every single day. Someone needs to be somewhere
at
on
some
time.
Yeah.
So I just wonder, like, when you have all day to get ready, let's say you were doing stuff around the house and you need to be somewhere in the evening.
Okay, let's say it's Saturday and I have evening plans.
I just don't get how you can still be late. But I think I have the answer.
What is it?
It's because people don't like to be places early. So it's almost like you would rather be late than early, because when you're early, you feel like
you have to wait around.
Not only that you have to wait around, but you could have used that time at home doing something you really wanted to do.
Like chill.
Like chill, or just like...
Okay, let me tell you this. I am under this weird impression. And I've kind of had this, not argument, but kind of like back and forth with certain family members.
Oh, argument.
A few times. Where in my mind, I always assume that people are going to be late. Like by 5 minutes, even 10 minutes, maybe 15. 15 is like too much. But I always assume that nobody's going to show up on time. Even for dinner plans, where in New York especially, you need reservations pretty much all the time, especially if you want to go to like a specific restaurant. So you rarely like walk in. And if you decide like, oh, we might just like walk into a place, then you say like, let's meet at 7, but you don't know when you're going to eat because you might have to wait.
Okay.
So, but if you have a dinner reservation or a reservation at a place and it's at 8, I'm thinking everyone's going to show up around like 8:05, 8:10, 8:15 is like late because like they don't hold a table anymore.
8:15 is
so
late.
It's crazy to me when there's people that like show up at 7:50 and they're like, I'm here. And I'm just like, you're so early.
I feel like your sister does that, right?
My sister loves to do that. Like anywhere we go, she's always early.
But that's good. That's a good thing.
But I feel like
just because you're running late and like scrambling.
But it's not even that. I just always assume that like nobody shows up on time.
That's a bad assumption because a lot of people. I take pride in showing up on time. Because especially when you're meeting people in the professional world, it's like
okay, no.
They're like Yoni is on time.
If it's work
even at the gym, not even at the gym, you got to work out with someone. Sure, I feel like even if it's like the simplest thing, if you're always on time, people will look at you like they're gonna step their game up because they know she's gonna be on time.
But when someone is on time or someone is late. Like I would say, I have this one friend that we love to get together and catch up, and we always do it over like dinner or drinks. So we love trying new restaurants together. And I would say, I'm trying to think. I would say like most of the time, I get to the restaurant before her.
Everybody clap it up, pal, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like me waiting for someone to show up doesn't bother me. And I don't take it as they care any less about our plans or they don't want to hang out or they're like...
No, I mean, shit happens. But with you, the thing is nothing happened.
No, but I don't think something has to happen. I think it's okay to be like 15 minutes late.
Damn, 15?
Yes.
No. To what? To dinner?
Yeah.
Or what else?
No,
okay,
that's
it's okay to be 15 minutes late
like
to
the
dinner.
Most.
Okay, the most. To dinner, what else? Give me like 2 other things.
Okay, dinner, like anything with like dinner reservation type thing, getting drinks. I think like 15 minutes after your reservation is like the most that it's like okay to be late. Obviously, if you're going to be later, then that has to be like...
And communicate it.
I mean, even if you're 15 minutes late, you should communicate that. It's like, damn, I'm sorry. I'm like running so late.
Even 5 minutes late. Like if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm going to be late and I know like 30 minutes ahead, I'm going to just give you a heads up. Hey, I'm about to be late. Like
I usually don't know that far ahead.
No, I usually know because you got to calculate how far is it going to take me to get there.
I know, but I don't really, really know until I get out of my house and I put the GPS in and it tells me ETA 7:20.
You put the GPS on when you leave your house?
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that when you're getting ready.
Well, no, I put it on again.
Oh.
I check the GPS like as I'm getting ready. So it tells me like, okay, the train is coming at this time. And that's another thing too, that is like if you have to take the subway might be coming in 10 minutes or it might be coming in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you have 20 minutes on top of that. So it's about... But yeah, I mean, once I like step outside when I'm in the elevator, I'm restarting the GPS so it calculates based on leaving now what time I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
And then I always text the ETA. I don't know why people are like, 10 minutes away. But then what if I see the text 5 minutes after they sent that? So I'm like, 10 minutes, whatever. It's way better to just be like ETA 7:05.
What if someone just says, hey, I'm here? Like without any heads up at all. I mean,
that's fine if we're gonna meet up at a certain time. I mean, we also when you make plans,
you communicate
throughout
like
the day before,
yeah,
or like just earlier in the day, like we're still good for blah blah blah.
Yeah,
always have to.
I think it's always so crazy, and we talked about this before that you make a plan for Thursday night, and then on Monday you made that plan for Thursday, and then you don't talk that whole week, and then on Thursday that person is like, "Hey, I'm here."
Bro, no, but I would text them. Like if they don't say anything, I will check in and be like, "Are we still good?"
Yeah.
You know, like Wednesday night. And even if I don't do Wednesday night, like Thursday morning.
Like even just an hour before, like even if you haven't talked, you say, hey, I'm about to leave.
No, I would have already talked. Like
yeah,
I'm
I know,
not
but
I'm
I'm
not
just
gonna
saying. I'm saying like worst case. Hey, are we still good for today? Like you don't. That's how I check in.
But see, I need to know, like when I wake up, I need to know what my day is going to look like.
Oh
So
yeah.
I need to know, like in the morning, are we good or not? Because
Yeah.
it's also something that's kind of like not looming on me, but knowing that I have to like get ready at a certain point, take the
Yeah, you can
train,
just like
go
kind
there.
of plan your day around it.
Yeah, a little bit. But I
I'm a
don't know.
person. I'm usually on time. It depends. I feel like with you, a lot of the times, like somehow we just run late.
But that's
I
because
don't know
I
what it
always
is.
assume, like I feel like people aren't generally early and you just don't really show up to things early. You either show up on time or a little bit after.
No, that's not a good habit. That's not
But
a
I
good
just feel
habit.
like that's the way the world works. Like that's like how
What? The world does not work on being.
no, in general when it comes to social things, I'm not talking about exit being on time for work.
Okay.
Exit being on time for I don't know, like meetings or phone calls
Gym
or things like
sessions, yoga
that.
session.
I mean, yeah, if you're like going to a workout class, they don't let you in if you're late. So those types of things, you always like are ready to go early or like right on time, but early is ideal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like social things, I just always think that like everybody's going to be around like 7:03, 7:05, even like 7:10. And if someone's late, that's what I'm saying. I just never take it in any type of way. But I have had people in my life that got frustrated with me being like always being the one that shows up and walks into the restaurant at the table that people already sat at. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like if we're having dinner with our friends and then people show up and they say like, oh, reservation for, 6 under, I don't know, Anna.
Oh, okay.
And then you usually tell that to the host and then they walk you to the table. And then my family always tells me that like I'm the person, we are the people that always walk up to the table when they already are sitting.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like we're never the first one sitting.
No.
And I'm just like, I just never show up like right on time.
Even though that is true, what Ellie is saying, I always hated that feeling.
Walking up to the table.
I hate being late. If there's 3 things I hate in life, is first one is mosquitoes at night. That's number 1. Number 2, the feeling of being late to somewhere. It's like you know you could have been on time, but you're just running late. Whether you're driving.
Okay, but if I'm 5 minutes late, I don't even consider that late.
I don't like that. For some reason, it gives me like anxiety that I'm late and people are there on time.
No, to me, if we have to be somewhere at 7 and my GPS is telling me that we're going to arrive at 7:15, yeah, that's late. But if my thing says that I'm going to get there at like 7:03, 7:05, even like 7:07.
Okay.
I'm not tripping. I'm not thinking like that's a problem.
No, I mean, it depends. With friends, obviously, I don't feel that. But like with like more professional things, or...
I mean, yeah, professional things, again, I'm not even talking about those because those, I think the rule of thumb is like always be early.
Honestly, just even with friends too, I take that 7:00 time like pretty seriously. Like, yeah, we're just gonna hang out at the park and we're meeting up at 7. I'm gonna try to be there at 7 because when you're just that friend who's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there at 7:40, guys. That's just it.
Okay,
kind of
no,
like
that's different. That's different.
No, it kind of just shows that you don't, unless you really have something to do and you can't make it there at that time. Okay, I get it.
But you always communicate that. Like if your friends want to meet up to go hang out at the park at 7 and you know that you probably can't make it at 7, you can be like,
Yeah.
y'all go ahead at 7, but I can only make it at 7:30. That's another thing that I would say with my family when we lived in Seattle, we were dealing with a lot because they would be like, they wouldn't, see, this is the thing. If it's like a reservation activity, I get it. You have to like show up at the same time. The party has to be there. You got to eat, blah, blah, blah. It's like you need to be there.
Because then other
same
people are
time.
waiting for you to order. Like they're waiting
Yes.
to order because of you.
But if it's any other type of activity, like you're having a picnic, like you're going on a walk, like you
when it's chill.
are going, anything that doesn't have a specific reservation where like the time that you decide to meet up is not constrained by anything else except you just wanting to meet up at that time.
Yeah.
Nothing is starting at 7. The movie isn't starting at 7, you know? You just meet up at 7. And if one person is like, oh, I can probably make it closer to like 7:30. I feel like people should not move the time to 7:30. They should still go at 7, and then I'm going to join whenever I can. Because I feel like what happened a lot when we were still in Seattle and we were trying to hang out with my family is it would be like, oh, let's meet up at, 10 or something. And then it's like, we're running late or we can't make it at 10 because we have to drive or there's traffic or something. And then like people get mad that you're late. I would just be like, okay, but this is not a reservation. Like you didn't have to wait around. You can like start doing whatever you want, and I'm just gonna join you when we get there.
Yeah,
and those types of things, I feel like some people are very like intense with the time, and then I'm just so much more chill. Like if I want to go play tennis or something and I invite our friends, we're gonna play doubles and it's just the two of us, I'm not gonna wait until they get there for us to start playing. I'll play, and when you get there we'll play together.
Yeah, that's
same thing with like picnics or even like meeting at a coffee shop. I
don't like that. If I'm meeting someone at the coffee shop and they're running late, like 10 minutes late.
I mean, if it's just you and the other person, yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's like a group, I feel like when it's a group, it's okay if like some people are just gonna join later. Don't you think?
I'm not that comfortable with being late. Like you seem to be very just like, I'm just showing maybe it's not that big of a deal. But to other people,
I will always communicate.
They expect you to be on time. That's why we said that time. It doesn't always have to be the end of the world for that to be bad.
Listen, I'm not gonna show up at 7:30 and not tell you anything, even though we said yes to 7 and then I show up at 7:30. I would never do that.
Yeah.
I will communicate and say like, I can only make it like around 7:30, 7:45, but you guys go on without me and I'll just join you later. That's the thing. I'm flexible. Like we're like, I don't care that much that we need to start the activity together and go from there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. I get it. And I've been in those situations many times with you when we go somewhere and then people feel like they have to wait around and we're just like, no, like if we're meeting up to play a game, start the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know down below what you guys think about being on time, being late. I'm sorry if you think that I feel like a lot of people will think that I'm very wrong. I just in general feel like people are usually on the later side.
Yeah.
But it just depends on the scenario.
Let us know what you guys think, okay? Are you a person in your friend group? Are you the person that's like early? Are you on time? And how do you value time? Parce que je trouve que c'est un sujet très, très important.
Whoa, that threw me off so much. I was like, what are you saying?
Yeah, because most people don't... I don't know. I feel like we need to value time.
No, I agree. I think I definitely need to be a little bit better in just like at getting ready to leave. I need to calculate. I need to give myself 10 extra minutes for everything. So then I get ready earlier. That's something I gotta practice. But yeah, let us know what you guys think down below. Would love to hear your thoughts. And that's it for this episode. We're gonna go over to Patreon. I can't remember what we're gonna talk about, but
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But love you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.